Hi everybody, this is Pat in the paper closet. Today we're going to be making a waterfall for our junk journal. Now I'm making a waterfall because my junk journals, I'm not a journaler, not an everyday kind of journaler anyway. I journal about photos when I put them in my books. So my junk journals are basically scrapbooks, but they have a lot of room for journaling. So you look through your phone at all your photos and you wonder, when was this? Where was it? What were we doing? What was the event? So by doing this and using the app Print to Size, which I'll put the link down below in the description box, you're able to print your photos that are on your phone any size you wish. You can make them very small, you can make them 4x6, you can make them 5x7. Normally I make my photos about 3x2.25. This way I can fit a lot of photos about an event. But I also have 4x6s I want to use. But using the app, you don't waste paper because you arrange them on an actual piece of paper on your phone. You can see the page and where you're putting the photos, and they print exactly as you place them. You can crop them, you can resize them, make them any size you want, make some small ones and a couple of big ones on a page. So it's a very useful app. And I think now I've had it for years. I bought it. It was $1.99, a one-time purchase. And I think recently someone texted me or commented that it's now $2.99. Rather cheap. Not a monthly subscription, a one-time fee, yours to keep. They recently updated it, so they do update it. Very good to have. So I'll put the link below in the description box. So anyway, I figured I want to make a waterfall. This way I could put several photos. I have some 4x6s I want to put in. And I could put them all on the page, and I won't be wasting the entire page. I'll still have my page to use. I'm going to show you how. Now this one, you can make it either on a base, like I'm going to make it. It's going to be interactive, so you could pull the whole thing out of the book. It'll be in a pocket. Or you can make it without the base and just glue the pieces right onto your page, and they'll still move back and forth. So I'm going to give you the dimensions in a minute, how to cut your pieces and how to fold them. Now these, I've cut my pieces already. So I'm going to end up with 4 pieces. One, like I said, is the back base, which I'm going to have because I want to remove it from the book. Like I said, you don't have to add the base if you don't want. So I'll give you the sizes. These are, I've cut 3. If you're not using the base, this is all you need. You could probably fit one more of these on your page. You don't want to make it too wide, though. I wouldn't suggest you do more than 3. These are, let's see, I wrote it down. Excuse me. You're going to cut 3 at 4.5 by 6.25. And then if you are using a base, you want to remove it from your book, you don't want it to be permanent, you cut 1 at 5 by 6.25. I'm using my base, so I'm going to include that. If you're not making a base, you cut 3 at 4.5 by 6.25. Okay, I have mine cut. I chose these 2 colors. Figured they would go in our Snow Day Junk Journal, which is what I'm working on. And we have to score these, so I'm going to get out my scoreboard. Move this out of the way. We're going to score each one of these. Now I've corner rounded the edges on one side of the long side. So that's going to be the right side. I rounded all the corners on all of them using my corner rounder. Now I'm going to put them in my scoreboard. I'm putting them this way. It's easier to score on the right hand side. I'm going to score, that's too big. I need my smaller one. At a half an inch, no, a quarter of an inch, I'm sorry. A quarter of an inch on each one. That's going to be our fold line. So not on the rounded side, turn it around. A quarter of an inch. Each one. Even the base, if you're making the base. So that's 2. Not on the rounded side. Quarter of an inch. And this is my base, which is wider. Not on the rounded side. Quarter of an inch. Where's my quarter? There it is. Quarter of an inch. Okay, they're all scored. Let's get this out of the way. It's too big. Now I'm going to put the base. I'm using the base, so I'm going to use that first. So I'm going to score on the fold lines. They're all a quarter of an inch. So we're going to score, fold them all over and give them a good crease. We want these to fold back and forth easily. That's 1. Giving them a good crease. I'm pressing very hard. That's 2. This is 3. Oh, you see that? This is shimmer paper. But I want this color on the back, so I'm going to fold the opposite way. I don't want the shimmer on the front. I want this color, darker. Okay. Good crease all the way to the ends. And here's the last one. So we have 3 that are smaller and 1 that's a little bit larger for the base. If you're using a base. Okay. So now I'm going to take my base. If you're not using a base, you're going to take your page. You're going to do the same thing that I do on here, directly on your page, where you want it to start. For instance, say this is your first page. Figure out where you want it on the page. I would put it at least a quarter of an inch away from your fold, or it's not going to close up correctly. And you would glue this onto your page. I'm gluing it onto my base. Now I just messed up because I wasn't supposed to score the base. Sorry, don't score your base. Ugh. I knew that would happen. That's okay. It'll work. Okay, I'm not using it directly in my book, so I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to get my glue. I'm using wet glue. We want it to hold. I don't think glue sticks hold too long. Not on cardstock. So this is the base or your page. This is my first flap. So I'm going to put glue along the flap. Should have gotten my glue working before I started. You know what happened? I bought pins to close up my bottle, and they were supposed to be stainless steel, which is what they said in the description, but they're not. They rust in the glue. So there's always a little bit of that dark rust, but you don't see it. It all dries clear. Okay, I've got glue on it. Make sure you get your corners, your edges over here very well. We don't want it coming up. Now mine I'm doing on my base. You might be doing it directly on your page like I showed you. You're going to line it up the edge of the paper or edge of the line, whatever you're doing. I'm lining it up top and bottom, and I'm pressing it down. Turn that over. Give it a press. Don't get glue on your paper. Now open it up and give that fold a press. Okay, that's your first one. Now the second one, which is my second color, I'm going to line it up almost to the edge of the last one, but not quite. You don't want to go too close or over because your folds are not going to work. They won't go back and forth. We're going to put our glue on this fold. Maybe, if my glue works. There we go. Make sure you get those ends really well. You don't want to start peeling off. Okay. Now I'll show you what I meant. We're going to line it up with the edge of this piece at the bottom of that fold. You can see the difference in the colors. The bottom and the top, and not quite up to that piece. You see, you can see the blue coming through in the middle. I have a little sliver right there, which allows for a better movement of your waterfalls. Press down your fold really well on the ends. I always like to give it a good press and spread out the glue. So now we have two folds. You see here? Now we're going to put the third one. And just like before, we're going to almost go up to the end of the last one, but not quite. Get your glue working. There we go. All the way across on the ends. Now we're going to line this one up. Not quite up to the fold, up to the edge. Almost, but not quite. Lining up my bottom and my top. And press it down. You can see here there's a little tiny space in between. That makes it a lot easier for your pages to move back and forth. They're not butting up against each other. Press it down on the inside. And that's the whole base of your waterfall. Now you can, if you want, I cut mine out, but I don't think I'm going to use them all. I had cut mats to cover them. Kind of like doing a mini album. I was going to glue these all on, but I'm not sure, it might make it a little too bulky for a junk journal. So I'm going to wait. If I want them later on, I'll glue them in. So the way you would do this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a pocket along the bottom so that it would be removable from the book. See, you have your one, you can fit 6 photos in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually 7, if you use the base. Now it doesn't matter if you're using it as an interactive piece that you're removing. You can do either portrait or landscape photos. You would take it out of the pocket and look at it this way. Most of my photos that I take on my phone are portrait. They're long ways. So that'll work. It fits on my page perfectly. It'll fit inside a pocket. I think that'll work out well. Now you can, if you don't want to do 4x6 photos. Let's see. I have this. This is not what's going in the book. I just want to show you. This is my husband and I. They fit onto these pages, 4x6 photos. Or you could do smaller ones. Like I said, I do a lot of 3x2¼ inch photos. So you could actually fit 2 on here, or 1 and a nice bit of journaling about the event. So then you would fit a lot more in here. You fit 2 on a page if you want. I was thinking of doing some 4x6s into our snow day junk journal. So I hope you try this. It adds room to your book. If you're adding it right on your page, it'll all move this right out of the way, so you can still use your page and not losing the page. So give it a try and start using your photos that are on your phone. I mean, we all look at them on the phone, but it's hard to look at them on your phone. Plus, you don't understand what they were or who they were, actually. Who are those people in that photo? This way you have room to write a little description, a date, the people that are in the photo, what the event was. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell, and then click on all, and you'll be notified when the next video's up. Or I think we'll be doing stacked pockets. We can actually put 3 full-size pockets on one page. Okay, so please come back. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, and you'll be notified when the next video's up. Okay, thank you for coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye.